Here we are back again on Minecraft. I had this crazy thought in my mind. I don't even honestly know where I'm going to go with this video, but like this whole space of people on YouTube, social media, like the whole self improvement or the whole self betterment, like I think it's at its core is great. And I think there's a lot of great minds on YouTube and wherever you are. It could be on forum or Reddit, whatever. Like I think at its core, people are trying to help other people, and it doesn't have to be with self improvement. It could be like just learning, but like whatever you want to like gain more knowledge or skill out. I think it's great, but I think we live in such a world of technicalities and like everyone's just wanting to one up and think. I think it leads to people thinking they know too much, and in the end, it just leads to who a competition to who knows more than the other person. I think most things in life you can break down to their simplest form and kind of expand upon it, but you don't have to go like you can always take it a step further, whatever it is you're doing with your life, but or whatever it is you're trying to learn or trying to do. Uh, but sometimes it's all right just to stop and just take it from for what it is, even if you know there's more to learn or more to do. Like it's all right. Like you can do what you need to do and just live your life. I think we get so caught up in our mind that we always have to progress. We always have to get better. And that's not me saying that like always get better, but I think there is a point where you can be comfortable and you can be satisfied with what you've done to where you can just live your life on autopilot and just bear the fruits, of your labor. And that's okay. I think that you can, like, let's take the gym, for example. I think that most people would agree that you want to be fit, you want to be healthy, but not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder. Not everyone needs a six pack. Maybe you just want to be like have good muscle, flat stomach, and healthy weight. Like that's good. Like you don't have to keep it. I feel that I get that in my sense of my own mind. Like when I'm working out, like I always think, oh, I gotta take it to the extreme. Like no, you don't, because I think when you take it to extreme, it just takes away. You're like over, and that's not saying you like. It's so weird. It's like a that's like a conundrum. It's like that's not. It's all right if you want to, like, if that's truly what like you want to do just for the sake of that's just what you want to do. That's fine. But like you don't have to try to. That's where there's a squid in the little water over there. um, you don't always have to take it to the extreme, I would say. Uh, and I think a lot of people get like their egos just override uh, what they want to do, and it can lead them to taking something to an extreme to where they try to push that on other people to like feel like they are justifying what they did. Like you're allowed to do whatever you want. You don't have to take it out on other people. Uh, you know, and that's not everyone, obviously, but uh, it's. I just think it's a strange phenomenon. Like we've got to a point where like let's just go in a completely different direction now. Let's say God and religion, for example. Like you can't even say like if you go online or even in person and you start talking about God, you have like all the atheistic redditor nerd people that are like, oh, God's not real, and they get mad, genuinely mad that you believe in God or whatever. And it doesn't have to be any God. It can be, or it doesn't have to be a particular God. It can be any God. Like it, that like can that, we got to a place where that can genuinely offends people. Like I'll use myself as an example. Like I'm a Christian. I believe in the Christian religion. I believe in the Bible. But I don't take it like I don't go to the extremes. Like I feel like it's not my place to, like, I'll talk about it with people, but I'm not going to actively go out and preach it. And like obviously I'll publicly, like I say right now, I'll publicly admit it. Like I believe it to that far. Like I'm not going to not like be a closeted, but like I'm going to say like I don't, and that's all right. Like that's all right that I'm not a street preacher. I don't go out and uh, give sermons and stuff. Like I don't need to do that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay believing in it, living my life to the best I can by those values. And that's it. I don't need to go out and do that stuff. Then let's take someone else. I don't like to use this term, but it's the only way I can visualize it is let's take hardcore Christians, for example. They may believe, oh, I have to publicly, wherever I go, talk about God, talk about religion, talk about, any of that stuff all the time, 24/7. No, I don't think I do. I really don't. And that's okay. And you can see that with, like, going back to kind of what I was saying before, like, let's take a job, for example. Let's just take any skill set. I'm not going to define a specific skill, but let's use a skill set for example. Let's say there's pay ranges. Let's say one person makes 100,000, another person makes 200,000. It's the same like kind of job, but the other person just is better. Like, I don't want to say better, but has like a different skill that maybe took them more time to learn. So yeah, they're going to make the more money. But let's say the other person is satisfied with their 100,000 a year. They're good. They don't want to learn the other skill. They shouldn't. And then that, I feel like you see this a lot, like the people with the higher skill, like expect you to be interested and be fascinated with that skill. And they get mad when you don't understand it or don't want to progress further when you don't need to. I think that is a really big thing. It causes people to get frustrated. It causes you to be like, wow, like, why am I being forced to, like, these people are getting mad and trying to justify their knowledge. I think that's one of the big things. Like, you're allowed to learn what you want to learn and be as smart as you want to be and know what you want to know. But I think trying to justify it to other people just to make your ego feel better on why you did it is just asinine. It's absurd. I don't know if any of that just made sense, but I feel like I've seen it so much lately, like not just with myself, but just other things in general. I think we've gotten a world where we've been convinced you're not allowed to be satisfied, and that pushes people to do stuff they don't want to do. And it kind of goes back to right there what I was saying. Like, I think that proves my point. You're allowed to make not a lot of money. You're allowed to be satisfied with your life. And I think a lot of people can be satisfied with, the quote unquote, the bare minimum. And the bare minimum usually isn't. Like, it's usually just that. And let's take the people that feel like they're pressured to do something more than what they wanted to do. And let's say they do that and they're on paper more successful, but what cost is that? And I think that the cost is, your soul, your well-being. And then I think your ego starts trying to justify why you did something and why you got better or why you did that when really you didn't want to do it at all. And I think most people, once their egos kick in, they try to take it out on other people and try to explain why they did it. And when someone else doesn't really care about what you did, they get mad. And I don't think that's any way to go about your life. I think you're allowed to be at a certain point, a certain understanding, and kind of take it back to the religion. I think the teachings of the Bible and having faith in a God or whatever, it kind of takes you being a little stupid because you have your faith is just a blind assumption that there is a higher power that's guiding you and taking you. And I think once your ego kicks in and you take the world for what it is, like, yeah, your brain starts to try to trick you that there probably isn't a God, because if there was a God, you'd have evidence of it, and there's really no evidence of it right in front of you. Like, yeah, we have the recordings of, like, going back to Christianity, because that's what I kind of feel I know a little bit about, is we have recordings of Jesus and all that fun stuff. But there's right at this very moment, there's right in front of your eyes, no evidence of it. I think you have to be a little, not stupid like I'm saying you're stupid or I'm stupid, but kind of blind faith. And having blind faith is being satisfied with knowing that you don't understand anything and you don't really, you just don't understand anything. And that's okay. And I think y'all need to, including myself, this goes for me too. I think we all need to realize that we are allowed to allowed to be satisfied. You're allowed to not know things. You're allowed to not take it to the extreme. Um, and I think this kind of goes hand in hand with like art and music too, I guess, because most music nowadays they just get right to the point. I actually got this idea from listening to one of my favorite YouTubers, Elijah Long. He's probably one of the smartest people on this platform in the space of just like talking and letting his thoughts out. He has some really good ideas. But um, you have artwork, music, movies. They now just get straight to the point. Like the dopamine's just given to you right away. Like music, the hook, the verses, like right at the beginning. Like you used to have to listen to a song. Like yeah, the whole song probably wasn't that good, but there'd be a really good part or a really good aspect to it that you had to wait it out or whatever. Uh, I think that goes back to people just wanting to go to the extreme all the time. You listen to a song and it just sounds good the whole way through. Every part of it's exciting. It sounds good, but they get old. They get old so quick, and you just forget about it after a while. There's so many songs that were like that throughout the years that I thought were the best song when they came out. Now I just don't care. But the songs that don't sound real good, like old songs and that don't necessarily have anything exciting the whole song. You remember those ones just for that one part. Um, but yeah, I think that's like I said, I think that's the ego thinking you have to be smart and try to get the clicks and try to get the viewership. And it works. Don't get me wrong, it works. Kind of the same with YouTube. Like, yeah, I can make a video that is really exciting and yeah, it's probably going to get a lot of views, but what costs? Like the people that genuinely like the channel are probably never going to watch it again for the content that like I normally make, and this goes for anyone. Yeah, I mean, you can sell your soul for that. Not really actually selling your soul. Like, I'm not selling my soul. You're not selling your soul if you make a video like that. It's just you'll get a lot of views, but the viewers are probably not going to come back to the channel unless you make all your videos like that. But I guess that's more of a YouTube topic discussion sort of thing. But anyways, I think what it comes down to at the end of the day is find your baseline, find your what you want to know and what you're willing to, what you want to know, what you want to do, how you want to live your life. In some cases, that you genuinely will want to take it to the extreme. Like you'll want to have that high end, whatever aspect it is. But don't feel like you have to in all aspects. And that's not me saying to be a loser and just bum around and go live out in a ditch. That's 100% not what I'm trying to do. Like, you can literally do whatever you want. And if that means not doing something, then that means you just don't do it. And who cares? I think that's fine. I think, I mean, you could kind of think of it this way too. Like, you think of someone that has like $10 million and then a billionaire. Like, some people would be satisfied with $10 million. Like, they could live their life and chill and do their thing. That doesn't mean you have to have a lot of hard work to get there. But if you get there, if you're good, like you don't. I feel like we're so convinced that you just have to keep going and going. Do what you need to do and then just go. I think there's a piece that comes with getting somewhere stable, somewhere good. And that, you do sometimes have to take it to a point where, you're going to have to take a little extreme measures. But once you get there, I think that's where most people kind of find depression and find, sadness is like, get somewhere where you're good, you feel good, and just kind of see how you feel. And if you're satisfied and that, like, good. You don't have to keep going and going and going. But you do still have to do hard stuff. You don't get me wrong, you have to do hard stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling about that. Anyways, I mean, whatever. I mean, look at this channel. I mean, screw it. Look at this channel, for example. I'm on here bullcrapping while playing Minecraft. I mean, that's so just out of the ordinary. Like, it's a weird thing, and that's okay to be weird. Who cares? anyways, I'm gonna end the video on that. I think that was a good philosophical sort of talk today. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. God bless you all, and we'll see you in the next one.